In the Donggala area, one of the worst-hit regions, relief was just beginning to arrive. A convoy of 6 fuel tankers escorted by police made its way through en route to Palu, the provincial capital. A chain of trucks and minivans loaded with food, water and other essentials followed shortly after, with people in one car tossing out bags of instant noodles as they passed. President Joko Widodo turned up later, too, handing out bags of staple goods, while electricity workers erected new utility poles to replace those destroyed in the quake. In another affected area, Mr. Widodo said conditions were beginning to improve, with some businesses reopening. At least 7 cargo planes landed at the airport in Palu earlier in the day. We are going in phases. There are lots of things happening related to evacuation, as aid and fuel are also coming in, Mr. Widodo said, referring to some of the logistical bottlenecks. Every province has different cases, including security. Note, damage assessment is preliminary and represents known damage as of Monday morning, Eastern Time. Sources, USGS, Perceived Shaking, Epicenter, Copernicus Emergency Management Service, Damage Assessment. Some residents in Donggala said they hadn't received any help yet. Haryanto said he had heard aid had begun to arrive from other cities on Sulawesi, but it is hard to obtain. His home was 10 yards from the turquoise ocean waters, protected by a single tree. It was washed away in the tsunami. Mr. Haryanto, who uses one name, managed to buy 44 pounds of rice after the earthquake to share among 3 families, but it's almost gone, he said. He now lines up at one of the few remaining stations each day at 5 a.m. to buy his allotted 1.3 gallons of fuel. The choke points in the relief effort are numerous. The tarmac at the airport in Palu, the only one in the area, cracked during the earthquake, limiting the strip to propeller aircraft that don't need as much runway as jet planes. A port near Palu was rendered useless after cranes and gantries used to unload cargo were destroyed. The land route to the affected zone was blocked in part by landslides, delaying relief convoys. Trubus Suharsono, head of operations at the airport in Makassar on the southern edge of Sulawesi, said he had sent a team of technicians to Palu to help restore the airport. And it had taken them 36 hours to get there. Your browser does not support HTML5 video? 0 o'clock skip ad in 15. A powerful earthquake and tsunami struck the island of Sulawesi in Indonesia on Friday. Photo, Getty Images. The easiest access is by air, but even that is very limited, he said. In all, some 200,000 people need help, the United Nations Relief Agency estimates, though the international relief effort hasn't taken clear shape yet. Indonesia has accepted offers of help from 17 countries, including Hercules transport aircraft provided by Singapore, South Korea, Britain, and Japan, National Disaster Agency spokesman Sutopo Purwo Nugroho said. It is expected that these aid flights will start arriving in coming days. Australia has put together a humanitarian aid package of $3.6 million along with a medical team, while President Widodo said he received a telephone call Tuesday from U.S. President Trump offering American help. Until the relief effort hits full stride, survivors are making do as best they can. In the city center, where stores are closed and power mostly off, about 50 people stood in line at one of the 2 functioning ATMs, its services having been restored with the use of a generator a day before. By midday, Muhammad Faisal had waited almost 5 hours hoping to get cash for petrol or to buy goods that might have been looted from convenience stores. The Science of an Unusual Tsunami. Sources, USGS, Epicenter, Ben van der Pluijm, University of Michigan, Tectonics/Tsunami Dynamics. Afterward he planned to head to a field in the hills where his family is staying, then go to nearby a small spring that is their only source of water. We're still waiting for news about when the quakes will end, he said, referring to a wave of aftershocks. We're too scared to go back. The coastal road to Donggala provided a glimpse of the devastation. In some places the tsunami had penetrated 300 yards or more beyond the shoreline while cars sat smashed among the wreckage, sometimes stripped of their tires and their fuel caps open after people siphoned out whatever they could scrounge from the tanks. At a sand and gravel business on the beach, more than a dozen mangled trucks lay where the tsunami had tossed them. Residents stood along the road holding donation boxes and signs asking for help. Some placed wooden boards across the road to force drivers to slow down. "We need help, government," one sign read. In the dusty window of a beaten-up bus someone had scrawled, "We need food." Related coverage. In the hills around Palu, residents said they received their first government aid Wednesday. 5 packets of instant noodles, 5 bottles of water, and some medicine and rice for each family, said Narayana Haparan, 27, a lecturer in economics at Palu's Tadulako University. But the most important thing is clean water. This won't last. Ms. Haparan fled after the quake for a small hillside resort where large terraces overlook the bay and city. A swimming pool sits cracked and emptied of water. She said while she had money with her, there was nothing to buy. Another woman sat with her. Astuti Hangiani gave birth to a baby girl 2 days before the quake, and she hadn't named her yet. "Call her Jimpita," a bystander said, a play on the Indonesian word for quake. Write to Binato at bin.otto@wsj.com and John Lyons at john.lyons@wsj.com appeared in the October 4, 2018, print edition as Indonesian survivors hunt for staple goods.